What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with another Tales of the Rays video. So, I am a little bit late on this because I was actually out of town for the last few days when this dropped. Pretty much once Tales of Festival ended, I was out of town. I had pretty much made that video, watched day 2, and I was out of there. But we do have a producer's error that I think it was like a day or two after they revealed the stuff for like a meal and everything that the producers are actually came out. They probably obviously couldn't put it out during the festival because they were at the festival. But let's go over what's in here. We obviously pretty much know everything that's coming this month, but let's just take a look anyway. So good job on Tales of Festival 2023 since it was, I hate how it does that. Since it was the 15th anniversary, number of cast members and the annual skit were larger than ever. Yeah, that's what I noticed too. Ever since they've done these, obviously I watched online Tales of Festival, but I did notice that the skits felt much longer. I mean, it's just one giant skit that they do, but it felt much longer than the previous years. Like, I mean, they've always kind of been long. They've always been like, 2 hours of each day, but this one was like 3 hours plus. So obviously they had a ton of characters as well, way more than they've ever had, so it was really, really cool. And more than anything, on the 10th, Ix and Melina from Tales of the Rays will also participate for the... Oh, so they were saying on the 10th of the month, because they were there during the first day. Karia was there as well as Nazar, and that's simply because Karia and Shion are the same voice, as well as Nazar obviously being the same as Ix. Okay, yeah, they're talking about everything here from the festival. The performance of more than 4 hours can be felt in the blink of an eye. Okay, so it was a 4-hour skit. We enjoyed both days. I'm looking forward to next year's Tayfest. Tales Festival, audiences, and voices returning. Yeah, hopefully Ix and Melina can come back again next year. That'd be nice. Or even just Ray's characters, or just mobile game characters in general. Alright, so future update and June delivery schedule. Let's take a look. So, coming soon in 5.2, camera adjustment function during battle, etc. During 2023, refurbishment of Spirit. So, they're still talking about the Spirit Gear, but they are saying it's going to be this year. So, that means within the next 5.5 months, whatever they've been trying to figure out for the last, year and a half about how to revamp the Spirit Gear system. It still says timing undecided under consideration, but I'm guessing if they're saying it's coming this year, because before they were just saying future update. They weren't really giving us a timetable. But at least with this, it does seem like they have an idea of what they want to do with it. So let's take a look. Item function. Oh no, so this is the stuff that already got added. This is the stuff that was in the most recent update. So yeah, we have the item function back. I covered that. Okay. Let's see. Items can be temporarily in all series. Okay. Battle related, mainly in phase of facing a few strong enemies. Okay, so it looks like a lot of just very simple stuff. Upward, correction, status ailments, ease conditions for triggering the origin mirage arts, knockback, okay. So yeah, just very, very simple stuff. Nothing really too crazy. It's just a lot of simple, changes, mostly having to do with the Origin Mirage Arts and Origin 5 stars, like Zero Shift and all that stuff. So very minor stuff. So nothing really too crazy to kind of go over here, just small gameplay changes. Delivery schedule for June. So, obviously, we already have this in the game. These two right here. Obviously, the current banner that pretty much dropped the night that everything was kind of done with. And then, of course, tonight, actually, is when this drops, as I'm recording this video. So most likely this is going to run until close to the end of June. And then, of course, at some point, they said June delivery, so I assume all of this is also coming in June. So we may see more we're at least going to see a banner for these, for Both Zillia, Zestiria, Berseria, and Arise. I assume with these, there's definitely at least going to be a banner. Maybe on like the 25th or something. Maybe they'll tell us right here. And then, of course, we are also having the collab with Tales of the Rays and Kero Kero. But let's see what they have to say about it. By the way, just to quickly throw this out there, in Japan, it's not called Dawn of the New World, it's just called Night of Ratatosk. So when it says Night of Ratatosk here, that's why. So Night of Ratatosk, 15th Anniversary Final Mirror Event. Emil Final Magic Mirror, Marta, Decisive Mirror Art, Decus and Alice, Crossover Mirror Art, yep, mid-June. 15th Anniversary release on 6/26 of this year. Okay, so in 12 days is when it was actually released, 15 years ago. Emil's Final Magic Mirror at the festival venue. The moment the original game screen changed to illustration, the cheers went up. Yeah, you could, even watching the stream, you could hear people cheering. It was pretty crazy. Especially with here in the West, you know, Emil is not the best liked Tales protagonist. He is one of my favorites. He's definitely one of my top 5 of the Tales main protagonists, but there are a lot of people who don't like him. So it was pretty crazy to see how excited people were. Decisive for Marta and Dex Alice crossover Mirage Art. Be released in a few days. Please wait a moment. Okay. Recollection update C group. This is where Caius, Yuri, and Shing's Origin Magic Mirror came around. And we also got Rwana. Okay. Let's take a look. Anything else? Looking back at the beginning of the story, I hope you can touch the origin of characters. Okay. And then last thing is the Kero Gunso collaboration. It may be the first time I can properly write about the collaborations here before distribution. Yeah, because usually the collabs just kind of like, they get announced and then they drop. This is the first time we're actually getting some time where they announce a collab and then it's still a little bit away. Because most likely it's going to start at the very end of the month, which there's only 30 days this month, so on the 30th of June is most likely when this is going to drop. However, who will participate and who will be the collaboration costume be? I can't tell you anything. Sorry, I couldn't help you. Speaking of Sergeant Carrero, Carrero RPG of the Tales system. Carol wearing a costume and collaborating. So they're mentioning in Vesperia in Japan. I don't know if it was in the Western versions. I don't recall all of Carol's costumes, but he had a costume in Vesperia that was a collab for that. So there is a chance that Carol could be one of the Mirage Arts here. Like maybe they just give him his costume from Vesperia. That was the collaboration costume and he's just one of the characters. So that'd be kind of cool. I'm still just like very much like I want Carol to get like a Decisive Mirage Art or an Overray. Same thing with Judith. And honestly Repeat at this point. Like I want those 3 to actually get like a serious Mirage Art instead of all these seasonals. Especially since the only Mirage Arts Carol has besides his normal one are 2 like kind of silly seasonals, and then this would obviously be a silly collab one. Not silly in a bad way, just like silly in theme. But hopefully it happens eventually. A lot of connections with the Tales series, of course. Everyone. Okay, so there's gonna be 2 playable characters. I assume they're frogs because that's what this collab seems to be about. So I guess we're gonna get 2 frog characters. Okay, so yeah, so there are going to be other characters who aren't going to be playable, but they'll still appear in the story. Please look forward to it. That's it for this month. So just to lay out the month, obviously first event was this, or not even event, the first banner was this. Then we got Emil and Dawn of the New World stuff dropping tonight. And then at the end of the month, we will have this. And we also have a daily, by the way, I didn't cover this because it was such a small thing, but there is a Tales of Festival event that's up right now that's been adding a new stage every day. And I think it goes on until the 16th, so 2 more days. And it gives more Zelos coins that you can exchange for different weapon accessories for certain characters. Like they have one for Kanata and some other characters that look really, really cool. They're obviously just light sticks, kind of like what they always do for Tales of Festival. They give characters essentially light sticks. It's supposed to like be like the light sticks that they hold up at the festival, like that fans are sitting, they hold up the light sticks and it change colors. It's supposed to be like that. But yeah, so that's pretty much our whole month, or excuse me, these 3 events. And then lastly, as Hanai-san also said, which Hanai is Ix's voice actor, I was invited to the festival like this in my 7th year. Thank you for all your support. So the raised characters can be called twice and 3 times. All the staff will continue to do their best. On one last note regarding Succession of Asteria, we received a large number of inquiries. Yes, so there's a lot of people who have been unable to get their what do you call it? Have been unable to get their illustrations despite the fact that their accounts are linked. So a lot of people have been putting inquiries. I don't know if they're just going to do a wide fix for this. So I think if you want, if it didn't work for you, like you linked your Raise and Asteria accounts to your Bandai ID and it didn't work, I would highly recommend, obviously you're going to have to use, if you don't speak Japanese, you're going to have to use Google Translate a bit. But I would Google Translate, just type in English, what you want to say, and then just enter it as a support ticket and see if they can help you. I think even without the perfect Japanese writing, they'll understand what you're trying to say. And then you just give your account ID and stuff to the Bandai support, and hopefully they'll be able to situate it. But they have been saying that they've been getting a lot of inquiries about it, just not working. So it's not just 1 or 2 people who it's not working for. But I would do it as fast as possible because on the 19th is when the campaign ends. So after the 19th, anyone who didn't get their illustrations probably just won't get them, which would be very unfortunate. But that's pretty much it. That's what we have for the producer's letter for this month. I know I've been saying it every month for a while now, just to keep it in mind. I definitely think next month, 100% Crestoria is going to get an event. I think Vicious and Aegis are going to come next month. So do keep that in mind. It might not be Vicious and Aegis. I don't know. Maybe they want to mix it up, but I just feel like they're going to go in playable character order in Crestoria, like when everyone got encountered. So I think Vicious and Aegis will probably be this year. But it's definitely going to be in July because July is the Crestoria anniversary. So it very well could be the first event following this collab. So do keep that in mind, which actually works out for me because I'm not super interested in this collab. So I'm most likely going to skip it. So after I dump everything I have into Emil and hopefully get his ending Mirage art, I'm just going to go back to saving for Crestoria. I'm actually kind of glad they didn't do Crestoria at the end of this month because then I would have been spread too thin. But yeah, so that's going to be it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.